Hey guys, what's going on? It's Calamity here to bring you another episode of the Anything Goes podcast. We got a lot to talk about today. We got some baseball news. We got the the NFL draft. Some news to go along with that. We got a little bit of NBA news, a little bit of boxing news, entertainment news as always, and we're gonna go over the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale and a review of Mortal Kombat. So let's just get right into it. We're gonna start off with the MLB news. Couple things just to go over, just to mention this week, or this past week, I should say. On April 23rd at Dodger Stadium, Fernando Tatis Jr. hits 2 home runs. I mean, that's cool, but this next sentence is actually the cool thing about it. But on the same day, in the same stadium, but in 1999, Fernando Tatis Sr. hit 2 grand slams. That's pretty crazy. On the same day, against the same team, in the same stadium, father and son both hit. Both hit, technically you have to say 2 home runs, because one hit 2 grand slams, the other one hit 2 home runs. Now, the 2 grand slams is probably more impressive, but the fact that they both happened on the same day, same stadium, 22 years apart? That's crazy. I thought that was interesting to share. Jacob deGrom ties a career-high 15 strikeouts in one game. He has 50 strikeouts in his first 4 starts this season, which is the most in MLB history. So kudos to Jacob deGrom. Hopefully he has another good year. He's been on a tear the last couple of years. Just had no run support lately, or not lately, but I think it was last year he had some. He had no run support at all. He was only letting up 1 or 2 runs maybe a game. But his team just couldn't come through for him. Then we have the A's, won 13 in a row until April 25th when they lost to the Orioles, I believe, 8-1. We have Shohei Ohtani is the first pitcher to start a game while also leading the league in home runs since Babe Ruth 100 years ago. Crazy stat, but makes sense. Shohei Ohtani is a friggin' beast at the plate and on the mound. Definitely, I can't say reminds. Well, first of all, I can't say reminds me of Babe Ruth just because I haven't seen Babe Ruth in my own eyes play, obviously. But he does remind me of that just because he's a pitcher that can do both. He can hit and throw really well. There's been some pitchers that have hit home runs and have been pretty good hitting, but not to this level. Shohei Ohtani is a monster on the plate, or behind the plate. Then we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has his first three home run game on the 27th. He did that. And then I think just yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday, Bryce Harper gets hit in the face by a 97-mile-per-hour pitch, leaves the game, but all signs seem to show that he's okay. I haven't heard anything about concussion protocol or anything. From what I saw, it looked like it hit right here, right off his cheekbone. He kind of did this and then hit off his cheek and then went that way. It's bad either way. 97-mile-per-hour pitch right to the face. It's gotta hurt. But he said all the scans and everything don't show any damage. So he got pretty lucky there. And I haven't heard anything about concussion protocol or concussion or anything like that. So it looks like he's okay. As I said, they took him out of the game, probably just as a precautionary thing. You see someone get hit in the face by that. It's pretty scary. That's all we really have for MLB news. NFL, we got Patrick Peterson will wear number 7 on the Vikings in honor of his LSU number. That change is part of the new number changes that's going to be happening in football. Skill position players can now be weird numbers. I think it's kind of cool though. See different players wearing different numbers that you're not used to, or you're used to depending on. I used to watch Tyrann Mathieu in college. I actually have a autographed picture of his up there on the wall. He wore number 7 at LSU just like Patrick Peterson, and he wears number 32 now. So he could go back to 7 if he wanted to, I think. Teams are seeing if the Falcons will trade Julio Jones. they can't trade him until June 1st. I know one of the teams interested in him is the New England Patriots, supposedly. I'm definitely all for that trade. And then we have Justin Jefferson is the first NFL player featured in Fortnite. Features his touchdown dance, the Gritty. They also paid the creator for using it, so just thought I'd throw that out there. Me being a person that plays Fortnite a good amount, thought that was kind of cool. The Cowboys linebacker Sean Lee announces his retirement. Kyler Murray signs with FaZe Clan for content creation, I guess. Panthers traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Broncos for a 6th-round pick. We have Saquon Barkley looks to be back for the start of the season after recovering from a torn ACL. Good news there. DJ Moore stays with the Panthers after they pick up his 5th-year option. Joe Burrow will look to be back for Week 1 after recovering from a torn ACL/MCL. And we have Tim Tebow. He's looking to make a comeback in football, but this time he wants to have a workout with Jacksonville, which supposedly he's had. I guess it went okay. I don't know. There's talks of him signing with Jacksonville, but he won't be playing quarterback. He'll be playing tight end. Dude just can't give up on the NFL, apparently. Aaron Rodgers may want out of Green Bay, according to Adam Schefter. Supposedly, he's not happy, and he wants out. Panthers also pick up the 5th-year option on Sam Darnold. And then we just have, I'm going to go over the top 15 picks in the draft, just because those are the ones that are most sought after, I guess. We have Trevor Lawrence went number 1 to Jacksonville. Really was to no one's surprise. Then we had Zach Wilson go to the Jets. A lot of people had the Jets picking Trey Lance, so Zach Wilson going there is kind of a surprise, but not really. Trey Lance ended up going number 3 to the San Francisco 49ers, who traded with the Dolphins to get there. Kyle Pitts went to Atlanta Falcons. He's the highest pick for tight end in the NFL ever. Jamar Chase went to Cincinnati at number 5, reuniting him with Joe Burrow. That'll be an interesting duo there. Jalen Waddle went to Miami at 6. Penei Sewell, I think is how you say his name. He went to the Lions. J.C. Horn went to the Carolina Panthers at 8. Denver picked Patrick Surtain II at number 9. Devontae Smith went to the Philadelphia Eagles, who traded up there. Traded with Dallas, too. This next one hurts me because I wanted him to go to New England, but Chicago actually traded up and picked Justin Fields at number 11, even though they have Andy Dalton at quarterback and said that he was going to be the starter, which I guess can still be true, but it's going to be really interesting with Justin Fields behind him. Then we have Micah Parsons got picked by the Cowboys, who traded with the Eagles to get to where they are at 12. 13, we have Rashawn Slater, was picked by the LA Chargers. And at 14, we have Elijah Vera Tucker, went to the Jets. And last but not least, 15, New England Patriots picked Mac Jones, which I'm okay with. He'll be a good pocket presence that the Patriots need. I don't think he'll start right away. I think it'll be kind of, I don't know what to call it really, because we've never had the situation like that. I want to say like a Jimmy G situation where he sits, but not for 3 years. I think he just sits for this year. Kind of picks up a little bit from Cam Newton, not a whole lot. Because their games are completely different in terms of what they've shown. But I think he'll probably start next year. I think we'll give Cam Newton one more year. If he sets the league on fire, then we'll probably give him another year, and Mac Jones will just sit behind him again. But if he fails, then we either give it to Mac Jones halfway through the season or he starts next year. That's kind of where my thoughts are on it. NBA, we have the Clippers are signing DeMarcus Cousins for the rest of the season. Originally, he was on a 10-day contract. And Russell Westbrook has 13 triple-doubles in April. He's 6 away from the all-time record, which is insane. Boxing, we just have Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul have agreed to a fight on June 6th. I predict Floyd Mayweather will win that one. I think most people will. And now we get to entertainment. So we got a few things in news. One I'm gonna get out of the way immediately. It's entertainment, but it's also gaming at the same time. Nick Merckx is now part owner of FaZe Clan, if no one has heard that. And then we got Captain America 4 is in development. The showrunner for The Falcon and Winter Soldier, Malcolm Spellman and Dalen Musson, I think is how you say their names, will write the script. Chris Evans' return will be a separate project from Captain America 4. So Chris Evans is rumored to come back as Captain America, but how, we don't know. And apparently he won't be in Captain America 4. And then we got first trailer for Steven Spielberg's West Side Story came out. I haven't seen it yet, just because I haven't had time to look at it. I haven't even seen the original, so I don't know how to even base that review off of. If it looks interesting, I'll probably watch it, but I can't base it off of like the original. House of the Dragon is now filming, which is the Game of Thrones prequel. And then we have another round where an English remake is in development with Leonardo DiCaprio set to star. I don't really know anything really about that other than that piece of news right there. Christopher Nolan has talked with Netflix about working with them. Godzilla vs. Kong director Adam Wingard is in talks for the next MonsterVerse film. A potential title for it could be Son of Kong, so interesting there. Casting begins for the role of Percy Jackson. They are looking for an actor of any ethnicity who can play 12. Okay. First teaser for Dexter was released yesterday. That I did see because I'm a big fan of Dexter, not a big fan of how it ended, and really love that they're going to bring it back for, I think, one more season. I think they're going to like kind of not redo the last season, but kind of pick up where it left off and finish it a better way. But the teaser looked good. It was like, maybe 10, 15 seconds long. With him where we last saw him, if anyone has seen the show. Really good show, bad ending, but hopefully they do a better job this time. And now we get to, what do I want to do first here? Let's do the Mortal Kombat review first. So if you haven't watched Mortal Kombat, I'm probably not going to give too much away. Just because it is like a movie review, so I won't give too much away. But either way, if you haven't watched it, stop watching now. Either come back for the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale. If you've seen that, you can watch it. But Mortal Kombat, all right, here we go. Mortal Kombat. I thought it was a good movie. I think it was better than, I'm not like really like, I've played some Mortal Kombat games. I'm not like really like into them or anything. So like some of the characters kind of went over my head. But in terms of a movie, I thought it was good. Pretty good storyline. One of the main character, I think is, I don't want to say useless, but like, I'm just kind of confused at what his ability is. I guess I don't really know. It's hard to describe. But I thought it was a good movie. It had some humor. The one, I think he's Australian. That guy, I forget his name, the character's name right now off the top of my head. But he was pretty funny. I think he carried most once he finally came into the movie, because the movie was kind of setting the whole like scene of like the universe and like everything like that. And once he came in to the picture, he kind of, I don't want to say lighten the mood, but he kind of did. And he made the movie very pretty funny and entertaining, interesting. Try to think of what else to talk about here. They have I thought the fight scenes were really good, and some of the fatalities were pretty brutal. There's one with Kung Lao where he takes his hat and spins it in the sand and pretty much uses it as a table saw and runs someone through it. That part was gruesome as hell, but it was awesome at the same time. I was like, holy shit. can't believe I just saw that. So that was pretty cool. I'm kind of confused on the whole. Who was it? Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name right now. Not Sub-Zero, but the guy that he was fighting. I can't remember his name. Oh man, good movie review. I'm kind of confused because I thought he died. So like when he came back, I was kind of confused on how. I know why he came back. Well, I know why he would want to come back, but I'm just confused on how he came back. I don't know how that works. But it looks like they're gonna have more. Supposedly, the Sub-Zero actor has signed on to do 4 movies, so we'll see. I think that they said that this movie is kind of like pre-tournament. The next one's gonna be tournament, and then the next 2 or 1 or whatever is gonna be like post-tournament. I don't know how that works, but supposedly that's what I've heard. So all in all, though, I again thought it was a good movie. Thought the acting was pretty good. I mean, it's not like Oscar worthy or anything, but I mean, it's good. Fight scenes were good again. Fatalities were pretty fucking brutal, which is awesome, and that's what you need for Mortal Kombat. Definitely better than the old one. So I would definitely watch it if you guys haven't, and if you listened this far, shame on you for getting the spoiler. But I thought it was a good movie. Definitely suggest watching it. And it's not. I don't think it's that long, to be completely honest, either. So it's a pretty quick moving movie, I think. All right, so now we got the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale. So if you have not watched that, do not listen to the rest of this. All right, so Falcon Winter Soldier finale. I thought it was good. I'm not really disappointed with anything. I thought everything that happened should have happened, and the way it happened. The only thing that was weird to me is that it seemed like the pacing of the movie, and now honestly, this is getting like kind of nitpicky, but the pacing of the movie the finale seemed just off, because we pretty much start out with a lot of action for probably 15-20 minutes of the finale. It's all action, which is good, which is cool. Like, I'm fine with that. But as soon as the action's done, that's kind of like it just like dies right off. Like the action makes it go like this, and then like we get to that like 15-20 minute mark maybe, and then it just plummets. So you're just like hitting like, because after all the fighting was over, I looked and I was like, damn. I was like, we're only like halfway through the show, and all the fighting's done. And like the rest of the show was just like talking, which, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. Like, I would have liked to have seen just different stuff. Like, I'm trying to think of how to word it. It's hard to do though, because people, I would have liked the Isaiah Bradley moment that they had with Captain America with Sam. I would have liked that to be before some of the action that they had. But it's hard to do that because America hadn't recognized him as Captain America yet. So it's kind of hard to do that because he needed to get recognized before he could do that with Isaiah Bradley. I think if that was placed before the action, I think it would have made the finale a little bit better. Or something like that. Just had some of the talking at the end before the action. Because, like I said, to me, it just seemed to drop right off. And I don't want to say lost interest, but like, I kind of did. Just because all the action that they like brought up this entire show was between John like figuring out what his whole situation was, and with Carly trying to deal with her. And you had that all solved within the first 15, 20 minutes of the episode. And then after that, you're kind of just like, oh, I don't really need to see what else happens because it doesn't really matter, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting at. But the everything else was good. Like I said, everything was good. This is kind of nitpicky. It was still a good finale. I'm not trying to like shit on it or anything. It just, to me, the pacing seemed weird. That's all. That's all it was. I like the comic accurate outfits that they had for John and for Sam at the end. They all looked very good. Interested to see what John's going to be up to and where he's going to be coming into again. I don't know if I don't know if they're going to have a season 2 of this or not, but it looks like John's going to be up to some stuff as U.S. agent. Doing what again? I don't know. I would assume like covert like military like operations, because he is a military guy. He still has all that stuff, and he's still technically a super soldier, unless they got that removed from him, out of him. Like, but I don't even know how you do that. So I'm pretty sure it's still in him. It's gonna be weird to see where Bucky and Sam go after this. They're making Captain America 4, which is going to feature Sam as Captain America, obviously. So they could go many different directions. Supposedly, Spider-Man was supposed to be the cameo in the very end of the, or in the finale, but Kevin Feige said no. Which I can understand. I mean, I can see him being in it, but I also am kind of okay with him without him being in it. I think it probably would have made it for a funnier finale if he was to show up at the end, because usually when those three get together, Bucky, Sam, and Peter Parker, it's pretty funny. But I'm kind of glad the way they did it. The pacing to me was off. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments, or on Twitter if you guys see this I posted on Twitter, which it should be up soon. Because yeah, I mean that's the only thing I really found off about it was the pacing. Everything else was fine. I'm happy with the way everything turned out. I am, to an extent, actually, now that I start thinking about it. Sharon being the power broker really kind of bugs me, because I don't really, I get it, but I don't at the same time. Like, I get why she becomes it, because, the United States kind of turned their back on her. But I still don't see her going bad for that reason. Because the power broker's supposedly bad, and she looks like she already has something else planned. And especially for her to be like a descendant of Peggy, it's just weird. I don't know. Didn't sit right with me. But it is what it is. Again, it's not that I hate that decision. It's just that I don't really necessarily agree with it, but I'm okay with it. Like, I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's Marvel. I'm not going to really second guess them with their decision making and everything. So, again, let me know what you guys thought of the movie and the finale down below in the comments. I think that is going to do it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe also down below. And I should see you guys next week. Stay tuned on Twitter for updated, I don't want to say streams, but updated like YouTube videos or anything like that. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.